Nuts are well known as a very healthy food, and nuts should be part of your wonderfully healthy traditional diet. But raw nuts, just eaten in plain raw form, can be very irritating in some cases because they contain anti-nutrients, just like all seeds have anti-nutrients in the hulls, and these need to be deactivated before you eat them. I know my husband really has a lot of trouble eating raw nuts, but when I prepare them traditionally, as I'm about to show you, he has no trouble at all eating nuts and eats them all different kinds without any gastric distress at all. So let me show you how traditional peoples prepare nuts. Right here I've got 4 cups of almonds. Now you can do almonds with the skins on. I usually do it with the skins on, or you can do skinless almonds if you would like as well. I tend to do them with the skin on. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just pour some filtered water, enough filtered water to cover. And that's really probably enough there. We don't really need any more than that. And then you're going to take 1 tablespoon of sea salt. That's 1 tablespoon of sea salt for every 4 cups of almonds. You're just going to sprinkle it right in there and just stir it around just to make sure that the salt is well dissolved. So you're basically making a brine to soak your nuts. And all you need to do is now just leave those nuts on the counter, just sitting just like that, for at least 7 hours or overnight. And after that period of time has passed, we'll pick it up again and I'll show you what the next step is. So the best time to do this is right before you go to bed. It's the next morning and our almonds have soaked overnight, at least 7 hours. I think it's been more like 9. So we're going to take the almonds now. It's time to drain out the brine water. So take it over to your sink. And drain out all the water. Or get as much as you can. And then you're going to scoop them out into a cookie sheet. You can see I have a little bit of water left in there. That's fine. They're going to be pretty wet, and that's all right, because you're going to dry them out in the oven. That's the next step. And spread them out so they're not too thick, because if you make the almonds too thick, then they won't dry out well. Just the ones on the top will dry out. So try to keep them nice and thin, and if you have a ton of almonds that you're doing at once, just use multiple cookie sheets. That's all you have to do. Then go ahead and put them in the oven, and you're going to turn your oven on the lowest setting you can. Now for me, that's 170 degrees. That's the lowest my oven will actually go. But because it's a digital oven, and many of you may have this feature as well, you can adjust the lowest temperature by 20 or 30 degrees. So I've actually adjusted my oven. Just get out your user manual and flip through it and figure out how to adjust the temperature up or down. I've adjusted it down so that my lowest temperature is actually 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is the temperature that you want to dry your almonds at. And it's going to take anywhere from 12 to 24 hours to completely dry this batch, probably because it's a small batch and they're very thinly spread in that cookie sheet. Probably take closer to 12 hours. And every few hours, whenever I think about it, I'll pull that pan out and I'll just turn them with my hand just to bring the wet ones from the bottom up and kind of just move them around, and they'll dry a lot quicker that way. And then let me show you what they look like when they come out. The almonds have been drying for quite a while now, and I've turned them several times, so let me show you what they look like. They're ready to come out. And as you can see, we have a wonderful batch of dry, crispy nuts. They've maintained all their rawness, but they are now easy to digest. You can grind them into almond flour and make a wonderful pizza crust. I have a recipe on my blog about how to make an almond flour pizza crust. You can make many baked goods with these almonds, or just eat them as they are as a wonderful snack. So next time you buy raw almonds or any raw nuts, remember that they need to be soaked in brine for a certain period of time and then dried out to maximize the nutrition as traditional societies practiced. This is Sarah Pope, the Healthy Home Economist, and I'll see you next time in the kitchen.